Even when you lost, there's always a hope. Rise and fight.
Hello and welcome, StarCraft fans. Today we have another exciting day here at the BSL. It's the round of 16, Group D. We got some really big names in here. We have Mihu, we have Hawk. Those two guys are going to get kicked off today in some exciting matchups. We have Chow GG and we have UltrA as well. Today with me casting is Fonger. Fonger, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, mate. I'm really looking forward to this group. Mihu's one of my favourite Terrans, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he does.
Yeah, he is definitely one of the heavy hitters in the scene here outside Korea. This guy, regularly takes games off pro gamers, so you know that he is going to be on top of his game. Definitely an uphill battle for Hawk, but if there's someone who can do it, it's definitely someone like Hawk.
Definitely, yeah. I saw Mihu actually took a game off of, was it Jaedong, I think, in a series that they played a while back, which was great to watch.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I mean, taking game off Jaedong is not an easy task, no matter when you see it. So, definitely some trouble for Hawk. But he's a strong player. He is definitely someone familiar with the BSL and playing against other strong players. So I'm sure he's prepped for this. I'm sure he's ready. Definitely exciting. We're going to be starting off on the map Invader today. How do you feel, Fonger, as a Terran playing TVZ on Invader?
On two-player maps, usually I love the opening with like an 8 racks on a two-player map, so you can snipe off that Overlord if the opponent's careless. So it'll be interesting to see if Mihu goes for that. I don't know how effective that is at a really high level though, so maybe that's not going to be the pick that Mihu goes for. But yeah.
I think we've seen so many 8 racks this BSL, especially with Terror. Terror pretty much 8 racksing exclusively in TVZ yesterday. Just getting crazy. Yeah, I mean, he was just 8 racksing, getting behind the walls. I think that's definitely one of the talking points about a lot of the modern maps is that it's very easy to wall. So Terran can get away with doing 8 racks, lifting off, going back behind that wall, making a single Marine if they need to. So here's our tail of the tape. We see there Mihu under his resume, just a couple championships, Fonger, just no big deal, 3 of them.
3 championships, that's fantastic. I'm going to have to look up BSL 15 Asia and find out who beat him out of that one, because he is no easy feat to take down. And Hawk with a pretty solid record as well there, though.
Yeah, I mean, Hawk, been around the scene forever. Obviously, you see he's in pretty much all the BSLs, getting in the top, 10 most of the time. Definitely going to be a formidable opponent for Mihu, but, Mihu is just so strong, man. Super aggressive, super aggro, can just get after it. You see his win rates up there in the top left corner, all well above most of the other players. You see 75% against Zerg here, so he is definitely going to be strong today. But Hawk 59% against Terran, so he will know what he has to do today to win this matchup.
You could say that Mihu's weakest matchup, according to the stats there, is the TVZ, whereas Hawk's paired strongest is versus Terran, so that's a good pick.
Yeah. We will put a little weak in quotations there just before we say Mihu's matchups are weak. This guy is an absolute monster. He is a killer, but that's crazy. Well, with that being said, we tell you our guys that are going to go into it, we have our map, our players are ready. We're going to be kicking off here on Invader 2-player map. Let's get into it. All right. And in the top left corner, we have our USA Zerg. It is Hawk. And in the bottom right, the orange Terran, you know him, it's Mihu. All right, so let's see if we're going to see any early shenanigans from someone like Mihu. We saw Terror the other day send out an early SCV to put an eBay block. I think that's so effective in this matchup to put down that eBay, force Zerg to take their natural somewhere else and defend a little bit harder versus something like a Stim Rush. So we'll see if Mihu decides to go with that or if he's going to play standard. We see an SCV going out here already, Fonger, but I think we're just going to see a depot.
Oh yeah, a bit of a wall starting up there, so he's not going to fully block off the extra passage into the natural, but he'll be able to get, I think, a tight wall against the main route in. Interested to see if Hawk actually goes with a pool first build or not here, just to fend off any potential early racks play.
Yeah, playing with Hawk a bunch, I think he really likes that 2.5 hatch is something I think he definitely prefers playing ZBT. So I think we'll see if he's going to stick with something like that. Probably weary though of all these 8 Raxes that are going down, so maybe he's gonna hold on to that. But we did see Eon Zerg show us that, hey, if there's an 8 Rax, just make drones, no problem.
Oh, that was so good. I loved that game. That was amazing. Beautiful hold. With the wall that Mihu's making here, he's going to have to block, I think, with an SCV to stop the top links from coming through, because I'm assuming there'll be another depot on top of there, depending on what he scouts.
Yeah. Interesting build here from Hawk. He went hatchery, then gas, and now he's going to go with the spawning pool. So 12 hatch, 11 gas, 10 spawning pool. So going to amp up that gas production quickly here.
So does that suggest muters to you? You just want to really bank up that gas for the muter list by going gas first, or a really quick lair?
I think he just really wants the quick lair to put on some pressure right away. Knowing that a lot of Terran are walling, I know Zergs say that they can really get after it by also going lurker openers to kind of bust the wall if they can catch the Terran off guard. So we'll see if he's going to use this timing at all for something super aggressive. And it seems like we're going to see 2 hatch here from Hawk with a really fast lair.
Interesting also that he went with the gas first and the slightly later pool, because it kind of suggests that he was fairly sure that he wouldn't see the early racks. But as you say before, maybe it's the drones are good enough to hold it off anyway.
And not too concerned here, so we'll see what he decides to go with from here. Nothing crazy from Mihu. He just got a CC after the racks, I think just with 1 Marine, and now he's just adding a barracks, so he should be okay.
No gas yet from Mihu.
Yeah, looking for that heavy Marine production early with the 2nd barracks first. We'll see what he wants to transition to. Ooh, bunker going down here from Mihu. Maybe expecting some sort of Ling Flood from Hawk. I mean, the double ramp does make it a little bit more awkward, and we do see, Hawk does... I don't know, man. Mihu, I think reading into this, Hawk making a ton of Zerglings, looking for a run-by here.
That's a great bunker position.
Oh no, Fonger, no!
That's beautiful.
Nothing worse for a Zerg doing some kind of tricky Ling bust than an SCV ruining its day. Oh man, that hurt.
Up there now, can he? He's never going to get through this gap.
All right, he kills the first SCV. SCVs are blocking really well, trying to kill the second one, kills the second one, but Mihu, man, just holding on, no problem. And that really hurt the eco there of Hawk. We see no drones at the natural, only 1 drone on, 2 drones on gas, excuse me. Hawk really in a tough position, I think, here now.
Mihu's got a really nice mineral economy as well, I think, to plop down heaps of turrets to hold off these, I guess, mutalists.
Hawk trying to find anything he can to get something in, some damage done with all these lings that he's produced, but nothing right now. And Mihu gets an SCV into the base and pulls it back out through the natural, so he is aware of all the timings. He is aware of everything going on. He's gonna probably just set up and defend. He knows that he's in a pretty good lead.
Yeah, and Hawk back into the drone production now, but I guess there's going to be a bit of a window, isn't there, while Hawk's still making drones, where it's going to be a bit precarious for him. But I guess the mutas won't be out too far.
Yeah, right now, he's going to have to make more lings with those larvae, so that forces Hawk to use his larva. And, oh, he scans the natural. There is no sunken. Will Mihu continue here? Uh-oh, another Overlord about to get caught out. Fonger, no!
That hurts, man.
Or Hawk. That's going to put a supply block on him. He has a ton of Zerglings here, though. Can he get a good surround here? I don't think Stim is done just yet. He gets a pretty good surround here, does Hawk, though. All right, this first attack looks to be halted. Hawk getting some of his own damage done.
So the turrets should be up well in time for the Mutalisk, especially since there's going to be a bit of a trickle of Mutalisks thanks to their supply block and having to make so many links. But it looks like Mihu's going to be fairly ready for them when they do get here. But Hawk's managed to establish some nice map control at this stage with these links and then the Mutalisks coming out. So maybe a third coming up soon?
The only thing that concerns me for Hawk is that drone count. 15 drones right now, very low. He really needs to try to get something done with these mutas so that he can get himself back in the game, because he is a little bit behind Fonger for sure.
Yeah, and these turrets are just beautifully placed as well. He's put them in all the right places there to save the SCVs in the barracks.
Yeah, I think once Mihu scans Hawk's natural and sees that there's no drones, he's going to know that this is just a 2-hatch all in here from Hawk, that he's going to have to get something done. Hawk going a +1 attack, looking to do damage, because he has to get something done. His economy is just too low.
Does he have to snipe off this depot at the front there to make space for links to run by, maybe?
He could go for the attempt. I think Terran is kind of okay with you attacking a depot, unless it's going to be for that exact reason, because he's just going to say, all right, go ahead, man. Take down that depot. It buys me time to put up more turrets everywhere else, because the scan just went down, and I'm assuming he's going to say, wow, you have no drones. Yeah. Sees a Hydra den, but sees none.
Yeah, so Hawk definitely not thinking about the third base at all then, just going all in.
I wonder when he
goes. It's going to be around about 9 or so Mutalisks, I think, where he can start to really knock down the turrets with the +1, I guess. And then Mihu will have to start moving his Marines around to help defend that. Oh, he's moving out.
Ooh,
okay, he's back on.
One Muta does fall there, so not what Hawk was hoping for. Got a stim here. Mihu getting on the map, and this is great, right? Because he's forcing Hawk to bring all of his units home. So if you're not attacking his base and he's obviously double the worker count, it's not a problem, right? As long as he doesn't lose this Bioforce for nothing, I think it's just going to be a really good move from him to hold on.
Needs to be a big Muta links around here, really, doesn't it, to take this down without losing too many Mutas. But does he have speed on his links? I didn't really see. Oh,
he does. Yeah, from the all-in, he does, yeah. Oh, good job here from Hawk. Cleaning up that Bioforce really well. 8 Mutas still alive, so once again, really well done from Hawk.
Really good. So he's still got map control, but there'll be tanks as well and vessels out soon, I guess. So even lurkers aren't going to be able to save Hawk once Mihu marches across the map.
Yeah, I think Mihu's playing the game of survival, right? The longer this goes on, the better it is for him. He knows that his econ is so strong that he doesn't have to do anything crazy. He relieved pressure by being across the map. Hawk here flying and looking for an angle, snipes some Marines. Only one medic with those Marines, so we'll waste some of the energy. Oh wow, Hawk canceled that Hydrogen and put down a Queen's Nest in its place.
Guardians, is it? Wow.
So Hawk trying to make something happen here, trying to get tricky. Trying to do what he can.
Yeah, is that an armory going down for Mihu here? Is he going to pop out some Valkyries? Or, oh no, he's got the Science the vessels. Annoying when you get those SCVs picked off when you're building the supply depots, kind of slows you down a bit. But Mihu's got a nice sort of bank of spare supply anyway, so it's not going to interrupt his macro too much.
Yeah, right now Mihu just making sure he hits his build, making sure he does what he has to do. to just hold on to this game because he knows exactly what's coming. He sees the drone count, scans going down constantly at the natural, sees the drones are added. Here comes Hawk. It's a good angle, but loses a Muta. That's unfortunate.
The third base going down for Hawk, it looks like. And maybe Mihu has a sense that that's what's going to be coming up.
Yeah, Mihu moving back onto the map here, trying to create some more pressure. His worker count is just dominant compared to Hawk's right now. Oh, walks into those Muta. Needs to be careful. He cannot lose this force again.
Yeah, not with Guardians incoming.
No, he's going to need to hold on, right? He needs to make sure he has everything ready. But he's been diligent with his scanning. He knows the timings. He wants to, I think, force the defensive Guardians more than let the Guardians morph around his base and have some pressure. So I think this is really good pressure. Mihu moving in here towards these Lings. If he can snipe these Lings, that would be a really big thing so that Hawk can't surround him.
Oh, and still no Sunken.
Oh, no.
So it's just the Mutas, basically, to hold this
All right, here comes Hawk. Does he have enough here to hold on to this base? It looks like he does, man. Mihu's army a little split. Well done again from Hawk. Hawk battling out, man. Doesn't have a huge economy, but he is microing really well.
I think he really needs to finish off this army if he can, just to sort of properly take advantage of that. I guess you could call it failed attack, although he lost a few Mutalisks in that battle just now. And he has got the third base up now.
And now the science vessels are on the field. Oh, Hawk here, but it's going to be seen. Oh no, they're seen by Mihu. Irradiate does go down the middle one. Hopefully Hawk notices right away and will cancel that one, or else all of these Guardians... Okay, good. He does cancel that one Muta to make sure that he doesn't lose all of them. But Mihu says, you know what? You want to morph your Guardians behind me? I'm pretty sure they're slow. I'll stim up and just come right into your base.
Oh, the third base will be dead before the Guardians get there to defend. That's rough.
And
Very
that
rough.
is a GG from Hawk. You know, I don't mind it. You're playing against a really good player, really solid. You want to try to get tricky sometimes. Hawk did that, went with an interesting build, got his Ling speed up, tried to run by, but unfortunately, Mihu just on it, man. Just able to scout it with the SCV, block really well, and just force Hawk into an awkward position.
And that scout timing when he saw the Lings came in, that was really, really good.
Yeah, that,
nice.
I mean, that wins the game, right? Like, he sees it, he can block it, he can get there. If he doesn't know and 20 Lings run in his base, he's probably dead. So that was unfortunate for Hawk, but not out of it yet. Still has a chance. Going to go to map number 2. We'll see what he decides to pick that he'd like to play ZVT on. A lot of good options here for him, so we'll see what Hawk wants to do. If you were, I know we're both not Zerg players, but any ideas what Terran doesn't like? Which one of these maps TVZ is not your favorite on?
Well, no one likes Shooting Break, allegedly, because I just don't think people are familiar with it that much. TVZ, I like the 2-player maps because of that 8-Rax potential, and because it's a little easier to scout the number of expansions. So I would say a 3 or 4-player, probably 4-player maybe for Hawk. He's very good on map run.
Okay, well, I think our players are ready for the next game, so let's see what he did pick. Oh, and we have Neo Dark Origin. I'm a little surprised. I feel like Zerg has a hard time taking a third easily on this map. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do agree. I think Lurkers are quite nice for holding the ramps, so it's got that going for him. But I mean, Terran's going to eventually be able to push through with the tanks, and we know that Mihu is happy to make that machine jump from the factory instead of floating it, so he'll have the tanks out, but maybe Hawk can buy enough time on the ramps to get his macro up. Yeah,
you could definitely micro well with the Mutalisks along those ramps to kill those bios. So, well, like I said, our players are ready. Let's jump into game number 2 here between Hawk and Mihu. All right, and in the top left corner, one game away from moving on to the winner's match, it is Mihu. And in the bottom right, we have Hawk. All right, we'll see if we have any kind of crazy shenanigans. I know that Terran don't love to 8-Rax from this position because when you float the barracks back, the Marines line on the outside. So it's a little bit more challenging to do an 8-Rax from this side. So maybe that'll be off the table. Maybe Hawk was hoping for something like that. Kind of narrowed down the build path that Mihu can do.
He's making some kind of a wall though, isn't he? Here. I wonder if he'll go for any kind of a factory opening.
Maybe he'll mix it up. We shall see. I mean, could throw Hawk off. We've seen some proxy factories on this map. We've seen some other crazy things. So definitely on the table.
Early scout there from Hawk as well, would you say? It looks like he wants to see any kind of 8 racks well in time.
Yeah, maybe he wants to see 8 racks. Maybe he wants to harass an SCV building the barracks while he gets
That's
up there.
so
Definitely
annoying.
a little bit of an older, strategy, setting it out so early, but could be something on his mind like, hey, if he's going to make a wall in the front, I'm going to force another SCV off to come help. And with them having range, could work out for him. And then, as we see here, Mihu is building it outside, so Hawk going to get up there and harass. Confirms that it's not an 8 racks. And I think
it was 10 racks though, wasn't it? So it's slightly earlier than you might usually expect. And I think there is potential for a bit of a rush with this timing.
And look at this, and he forces him to pull 2 SCVs off. So now we have a lot of SCVs losing mining time here. So has to repair the SCV on the barracks and sending one out to scouts. So I think Hawk's plan here kind of working out for him.
Yeah, very nice. Buys himself a bit of economy back for, not for free, but that's got to equalise roughly. The information is really important anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes Hawk feel safe, forces some Marines out because Mihu doesn't know what Hawk is up to just yet. So we'll see what he decides. And is that a third hatch before pool? Oh, Hawk getting tricky, Fonger. He's getting wild out here.
But against the 10 racks. Yeah.
You know what? I don't care. I'm going to use my drones if I need to. I got this. I'm going to hold on.
That's amazing. This man isn't scared of anything. Just
Hawk getting crazy, man.
But okay, so Mihu's not going to push it all the way with this kind of 10 racks sort of push. He's going to go straight for that command center after all.
Well, he's forcing drones off, right? He's forcing a pull. See if he can get any. But I mean, 1 Marine and SCV gonna have to back up to the ramp, try to get some kind of surface area limited. But Hawk feeling good, man. Able to just kind of drone up. Now we do have a 2nd Marine coming, so we'll see what Hawk decides to do here. He's just gonna have to keep these drones, man. He's just got to keep pulling them and fighting them. This might be the new thing we see here. TVZ early game, drones versus Marines and SCVs. Why not?
3 Marines is the break point, isn't it, for this? So he's kept it down to 2, really nice.
Right, we do see 2 drones do go down, but so do 2 Marines. I mean, if you're Zerg here, are you that concerned? I mean, you're losing the mining time. You lost a couple, but you went 3 hatcheries before a pool. You're going to be able to have so many more larvae. Like, look at even though he's lost 2 drones, he's only 2 workers behind.
Yeah, and he's chosen not to make a sunken at all. He's going to rely entirely on lings and drones to hold it off, which is quite nice, I think. Oh, I guess he needs a sunken at this stage.
Cast of the curse of the commentator there, man. You say some stuff, and then boom, there it goes. And here we go. We have these lings and drones getting on the Marines. 1 drone does fall. I don't think we're going to complete this bunker. I think this is going to be a fake. We do get 2 more drones and some lings, and we force a sunken. So Mihu trying to even out some of this eco lead that Hawk does have.
Amazing pressure from Mihu, even with such an early CC there. I love the way he's done that.
Yeah, like I said 2 seconds ago, oh, there's only a 2 worker difference. Well, now we have, 5-6 worker difference. So Mihu playing really well to get that pressure down so he can continue to push his lead.
So we've got the lair going up now. It's a fair bit later than usual just due to the pressure and the 3 hatch before pool, I guess. But
Evo chamber here from Hawk. I wonder if he's looking to do just some +1 carapace, crazy Zerg style, or just mass ling in the beginning, take out some of the bio, transition
that makes sense,
to the ling lurker.
Yeah, because he can get the map control that way, can't he? And he can then take a 3rd with that map control. But it looks like we've got 4 barracks total coming down for Mihu.
Yeah, 4x build here for Mihu, saying, you know what, you want a pressure? I welcome it. Let's go. Let's battle in the middle of the map.
Look how quickly that worker gap's closing as well. That's nice.
Yeah, having this extra larva are definitely big. We see nothing but drones here so far from Hawk in a little bit of a supply block right now. Let's see what he decides to put down. It is a Hydra Den, so we are going to go with the +1 carapace Ling Lurker here for Hawk.
Will he be able to get over his bridges, though? I think that's going to be a key thing. So I guess the other thing is, will Mihu scan the Hydra Den?
Yeah, having that extra creep up there definitely makes it trickier because you only have 2 scans. You don't want to waste them. I feel like a lot of times Zerg is like, well, Terran is like, all right, I know why you did that. I'm going to scan there. So we'll see if there's some mind games going on. But Hawk right now, a lot of workers this game, really close. Getting his +1 carapace should be a good timing. We see the first scan go down. See, he scans in the middle, doesn't see the building. He may not think anything is there. So he may scan the natural next.
Ooh.
Yep. Does not
see
the Hydra Den, but did see the evolution chamber. One of that will tip him off as to what Hawk is up to.
I guess the other option that he could be going for from Mihu's perspective is the sort of muter into Ultralist kind of play, maybe.
Yeah, usually you want to have a third gas with that already. So like you take a third hatch at another base and you kind of put down mass sunken as well. But right now, definitely crazy. Hawk looking to mine out that back so that he can go maybe take the bottom left as a third.
I love how Hawk's playing the map again, like by using those extra paths. That's really nice. I think that might be key for him here.
Okay, he down. The jig is up. He knows it's Hydra. It's going to be Lurker. Sees those over there. So the question is now, is Hawk going to be able to get out of his base, or is he going to have to just go around the whole time? Because if Mihu makes a really strong surround here just at the choke point, it might be hard for Hawk to eventually get out. Like, right, you know what I mean? Push towards that, push towards the bridges. It definitely could slow him down from getting across the map.
Yeah, and he's checking for the third there as well, as perhaps he'll also keep an eye out for any kind of overlords trying to drop lurkers on the outside at the third there as well, because that might be another way that Hawk could get out.
Yeah, Mihu Weary saying, wow, a Wraith, maybe just to kind of scout around and see what's going on. Kind of wise what's going on. Hawk has decided right now, I'm going to bring my lurkers over here first, and then I'll mine this out just in case there's something waiting for me on the other side. Definitely don't blame him. But if Hawk gets up that ramp up there with those lurkers, he should be able to hold that third base with no problems.
Oh, interesting. I was thinking he might be going into the middle of the map and do some hold work lurkers, but this definitely fits his sort of play style, grabbing that third.
Yeah, he'll be able to get there. We see that he has both Evo chambers working. I wonder if we're going to go into something like just pure Hydra lurk. You know, that just that battles or get out of the map with those things. Get to Hive and just plague. And here we go. Mihu looking to go in. I don't think that's recommended. At least not for the health of his Marines. Oh. Now Mihu realizing, oh wow, okay, there's a couple lurkers up there. What's going on? First tank coming down here.
And with the Wraith there as well to knock out the Overlord. I do like that, and give a bit of vision for the tanks.
I think those are 2 more factories added by Mihu in his base.
Oh,
yeah, I
nice.
think he recognizes, hey, you're going to go Hydra lurk? Well, I'm going to make a ton of tanks. you will not escape. I will lock you in here.
And then this choke as well, they're going to be so strong.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be aware of what Hawk is doing right now. All of our units are outside of the base, which is great and all, but all of a sudden, the counterattack is on here from Hawk.
Once that lurker goes down, he could technically actually start to bust with the Marines as well. Unless that's another lurker right there.
Well, right now, Hawk behind him as well. He doesn't know Hawk's army is in the middle of the map. Will he try to go for surround here, Hawk, or is he just going to go for a counterattack?
He's going to cut off the reinforcements to start with, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's a great start there from Hawk. Just cutting that stuff off, making sure this contain doesn't get any stronger. Picking off units would be huge, but Mihu, wise to it, does have a small bioforce outside the ramps of his own, but will Hawk have enough to hold this?
The problem for Hawk, I think, is that the bridges are working against him now, is that it's hard for him to do this. Oh, he goes in.
Here we go. He's going in, and as you said, Fonger, problems getting over the bridge. Ooh. Hawk trying to burrow these lurkers. No detection here. Does he have any scans?
Wow.
Scan finally going down, but is there just too much Zerg now after that bio was killed off? Hawk trying to push out, more lurkers getting killed, man, just obliterated.
Losing a lot of bio, but he's keeping the tanks so safe there. Really great job holding on to them.
And we see Mihu's economy big right now. 54 SCVs, has a ton of units here. Gonna reinforce now with the other ones. He says, okay, well, if you attack from behind, that means you can't have any more units behind me. I should be fine. And let's see what happens here. And Hawk GG's out. Wow, man. What a game.
Yeah, those bridges, man, on that map.
Yeah, I think a little bit unfortunate for Hawk there. I thought that I liked his build order there, going for something different again, trying to, you know, just get a little bit tricky, get a little crazy. 3 hatch for a pool, held on pretty well. Mihu did some good pressure, but took a third base. Just couldn't get the actual sandwich of terror units there at that engage. Like you said, those bridges, the choke, like it's just so hard to get any kind of surround going on.
Yeah. I do wonder also whether Hawk was practicing against the standard sort of 11 racks and maybe wasn't quite prepared for that 5 or 6, 7 second difference on the 10 racks. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're playing at this level, it's hard to guess what these players are going to do at times, right? Because they have all the builds up their sleeve. But unfortunate there for Hawk, but he's not out. He'll fall down to the losers bracket side of this group. So he'll be able to play again. And Mihu will move on into the winners match, where he will await the winner of UltrA and Chow GG. So I think we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back with that matchup in a second. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Well, we have another big game here in store. We have UltrA versus Chow GG. UltrA has been playing really, really well lately. Definitely been an active player, and Chow GG, super strong player. So definitely a clash of the Titans here. Definitely could go either way for me. I'm not sure, Fonger. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
I'm looking forward to this one. UltrA's been playing really well lately. I'm interested in UltrA because he's got such a strong, solid standard game. But he can also pull out the occasional kind of Terra-esque kind of build that catches people off guard. So I'm interested to see how that matches up against Chow GG's solid sort of overall play. And I don't think Chow GG's averse to doing his own kind of sneaky plays as well.
Yeah, if something there, we know that the Chinese Protoss are not afraid of getting crazy aggressive, doing some crazy all-ins, just getting wild out there, but also really, really solid in standard games. So definitely can go either way. We'll be starting off, I would assume, on Invader again. So definitely going to be tricky here for a two-player map. As we know, Protoss can definitely get up to some weird shenanigans. Personally, I think on Invader, the proxy gate into a gas deal is really, really strong. Definitely could throw some Terran off. Definitely forces them to pull out some of their own stuff, some trickery if they have to. But I would recommend that. So we'll see what Chow GG decides to do. How do you feel about the two-player maps here?
I think that UltrA's going to be ready for the proxy gate, but I think it can still do enough pressure, and Protoss gets to basically dictate what the Terran can open with. So with the gas deal. So I think UltrA's going to have a fallback plan.
Okay, I think that's a good thing. So I believe our players are ready. Let's get into it here for the second matchup of the day. Chow GG versus UltrA. All right. In the top left corner, it is our red Terran. It is UltrA. And in the bottom right, under his patented BSL Joe, it is Chow GG. All right, no probe out yet, Fonger. So it seems like nothing too crazy right now.
Is this actually a Protoss? What's going on here?
I don't know what he's doing, man. He doesn't know that we have to be dishonorable all the time.
He could still pylon scout in time for a gas deal, I think.
He could, yes. He could still do a pylon scout into a gas deal to a forward gateway. Maybe that's what his plan is here. It looks like it's going to be, but I'm surprised no, with just a pylon in the main for a gas deal. Okay.
He sent out that probe before putting the pylon down there as well, didn't he, a little bit? So he's got the timings worked out.
Yeah, Terran put down their first gas by 135, so he knows he's going to be there well in time. We'll see if UltrA decides to cut an SCV to get the gas. Maybe even skip his barracks first. Sometimes that happens. The trick is you don't know. Is it a gas deal or is it going to be a proxy gate and they want you to do that? So a little bit of mind games, but not taking the gas just yet. And he's going to get it right before he knows UltrA wants it. So we have a gas deal here. SCV going out for UltrA. Wants to make sure there's no probably gateway out there.
Yeah, so I guess UltrA's really more keen to make sure that he keeps up SCV production than he is to make sure he can get his gas. So I guess it'll just be a fast CC. Will be what he's aiming
man,
for.
is he going to get this? Good harass
what
here.
Control.
Really good harass here.
Oh, come on, SCV,
oh,
not
no.
cooperating,
oh,
man.
No. Oh no! He does get the repair on it, so he's not gonna let him get it. But this is annoying, taking an extra 2 SCVs off. We're losing minerals both mining and repairing, so.
And UltrA's just seen that there's no gas for Chow GG yet as well, so I think that kind of tips him off that this is going to be more of a expand. Perhaps expand first.
Oh man, I think we're gonna see a sec. Yes, we are. We have a second barracks going down here. UltrA pulling out all the stops. Says, you know what? You want to get a little cheesy with me? No problem. I can do something of my own. And this is really strong. The question is though, will Chow GG put down something like a forge, or is he just going to continue zealot production and get caught? Because we see the Nexus going down, but it is very popular in the current meta for Protoss to go with a forge.
And I think the bunker here is going to do a great job of denying the probe scanning, but the zealot will still be able to tell whether or not there's a CC going down, and may actually get all the way through into the main. This would be massive.
Yeah, so should be alarm bell should be ringing right now for Chow GG. Like, he didn't kill the gas, he didn't put down a CC. So where's all this extra money going that you're mining with? Ooh, good micro from UltrA though.
Another Zealot on the way across there, I think, and we do have a gas now for Chow GG after the expand. But do we see the forge that you're talking about? Oh,
No, he's going into the core, so
he's brave.
this maybe a misread from Chow GG. I mean, but definitely some trouble here. I don't think he's going to be able to hold just one Zealot and the Dragoon Man. This is going to be challenging because not only are there going to be Marines, but we're probably going to be pulling the boys.
All of the boys, or at least
all
10
the boys are coming as well.
He's going to have vision.
If you're going to go for an all-in, you might as well go all the way, right? Because you're not going to be able to come back from it. So you might as well just go for it.
And Dragoons will be out in time, but range will definitely not be out in time, will it? So this is going to be tough.
Yeah, this definitely will be a here. And here we go.
Oh yeah.
8 boys are getting pulled. This Zealot though, gonna get onto these Marines. That's a big deal. UltrA needs to micro a bit here. Can't lose all 3 of these. Oh man. Oh man, I think that's a little bit of an error, but I just don't know what Chow GG has here. UltrA gonna be able to kill. Chow GG may have noticed how many SCVs are being pulled and may just abandon this Nexus.
He can lose it, can't he, and still be a bit ahead because of the tech and the worker advantage.
If he kills a bunch of SCVs here, oh man, I think this is a mistake. He got the Dragoon on the outside. That's going to be able to allow the SCVs to get to it, and the Marines as well. He should have stayed on top of the ramp if he was going to fight. The Dragoon does go down, and now all of these probes are going to be left helpless. They're going to be just fighting against the Marines and the SCVs, targeting down the Nexus.
Oh, he's got the worker advantage properly now. UltrA does.
23 months.
Yeah,
GG.
this is definitely. Oh no, another. Oh, the probe's the lone hero out there.
Oh, just not stopping. He's going all the way in.
That's GG. Wow, and UltrA taking down Chow GG, being super decisive and saying, "All right, you want a gas deal and take a Nexus? No problem. I'm going to catch you."
Yep.
I'm really surprised Chow GG went just that direct. Scouting, no command center, not killing his gas. Usually those are tip-offs, but I guess maybe he thought he was just waiting for some mineral to put down the command center.
And the bunker was really perhaps a bit confusing as well, because you just wouldn't expect that if it was going to be a Marine order, would you really?
No, probably not. So UltrA able to take game number 1 here. So he is 1 win away from getting into the winners group against Mihu.
But have a
now,
TBT.
Oh no, we don't. Not TBTs. But we'll see what happens. So here we're gonna have game number 2. I wonder if Chow GG will select a map that is another 2-player map like Neo Dark Origin, or if he's gonna go to something totally different. If he has something that he likes and prefers, whatever his style, I feel like works out. I don't know if I'd pick another 2-player map knowing that I just lost on that one. So I wonder if he will decide to go for something totally different, or if he's gonna pick the same type of map again.
I'm calling retro. Just a gut
Retro,
feeling.
huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so there might be a retro pick here.
I think it's a
I don't
popular
know.
pick among the sort of high level. Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Interesting.
Apocalypse. Okay, I think this is a good, not a bad pick for Protoss here. I think you can still do a gas deal since 3-player map. You take that risk, build a pylon scout, see what's going on. No ramp, so you can definitely get some early Zealot pressure in here as well. And controlling those high grounds will be big. If Chow GG can get up there with some units and the Reavers and force the Terran army to slowly creep up, it may work out for him. So we'll see. But I believe our players are ready. So let's get into game number 2 here with UltrA and Chow GG. Okay, in the top, it is our Chinese Protoss. It is Chow GG. And in the bottom left, 1 win away from advancing to the winner's match, it is UltrA. Let's see, will UltrA go for something crazy himself now? Maybe like a 2-fact play or something wild to kind of just push for that early victory and get it done.
Terra did a proxy 2-fact here recently, didn't he? It's looked quite strong. Well, I think I've definitely seen Ultra do 2 factory type builds as well. And if you can set up on the high ground out there, you can keep a little bit of 2 factory pressure up and eventually expand behind it, I think. But I guess it depends what the Protoss goes for in terms of their tech. Reaver's quite rough.
Yeah, 2 fact probably would want to end the game, but can definitely do some damage and see what happens there. I think we're going to see a pretty standard game here from Chow GG. Doesn't look like he's going to send out that early probe, so probably just going to put down the gateway. Maybe we'll see if he delays it, or maybe just kind of sends it out there, seeing what he finds out. Everything is still on the table. Or maybe not. We're going to see neither of those things. We're going to see the old 12 Nexus.
Beautiful. I'm most excited about seeing how Ultra reacts to this, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's an 11. No, sorry, 12. No, that's an 11 gas from Ultra.
So, not sure how I feel about the 12 Nexus on these 3-player maps. The distance is pretty far, considering he has to go down, up the ramps, and through. But definitely going to be interesting to see what happens here.
Which way will Ultra scout first?
That is probably one of the biggest keys so far, right? Which way will he go?
He's going to see this probe coming down. Does that tell him? I think it does tell him enough, and he's on his way up there anyway.
Yeah. So Ultra on his way.
So fast Vulture out with this 11 gas, isn't it, usually?
Yeah, it's going to be a quicker Vulture. The big question, I think, is what Chow GG is going to pick. Will he just go double gate, couple Zealots into the core, or is he going to be greedy and just go 1 gate core and see where it goes from there?
Yeah, after having experienced last game, maybe he'll be a little safer this time and go with something like a Forge.
He is going with the Forge, okay. So we're going to see that Forge variant here as well, where you just put a cannon down. You can put it out pretty far in front, so if Terran decides to go all in with Siege and Marines, and you can put a gateway count behind it and kind of slow them down a bit. So definitely really strong. Let's see what Ultra decides here, what he's going to do. Will he push forward or not?
We're going to have a second factory, I reckon.
Ooh,
yeah, look at
we
that.
are.
I like this.
He's going for it, man. He said, forget it. I've had enough. You want a 12 Nexus me? Well, boom, here comes the 2-fact. So
Yeah.
I don't know if Joe's going to be able to scout this or be able to see what's going on. Maybe send the Zealot down there to try to see if there's a command center. If not, he should be able to survive if he goes gateways after.
Yeah, I guess some Ultra's going to want to rush Siege mode, I guess, as soon as reasonably possible. Take down
Yeah, he'll want to get Siege mode. He'll definitely. Oh wow, he's so.
no.
Oh my! Well, he sees no command center, so that should tip him off. Something weird is going on. We have a bunker going down again, maybe to confuse Chow GG. Hopefully, he recognizes like, hey, I'm not going to be fooled by that bunker twice.
Yeah.
So you already got me once, man. You got me once with it, you know, but I'm not having it.
He's going to sneak by.
Oh no.
Sensible moving those Marines back, I think. He needs that tank.
I think so too. I think he needs to make sure he tries to hide this as much as possible.
2 machine shops as well.
I guess we're gonna go just for all tanks here, man.
And so losing that Zealot is going to be kind of annoying for Chow GG then, because Zealots are one of the things that are quite handy against tanks. Oh, he's got some more there.
Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Chow GG, recognizing that something's up, you can go mass. You can just go 4 gateways. So you just add a ton of gateways. You produce a ton of units. That way, you're in good shape. You just can go onto the map and fight this push. Because if you hold this push, you're in really good shape, right? Like you pretty much win the game.
Is he going to need to get Zealot speed, or is it just good enough to have heaps of goons and a few Zealots to buffer?
He's not going to have time. He's just going to have to go mass goon, mass zealot, and just kind of go for it wherever he's at.
Yeah, okay. And can you build goons off 1 gas from 5 gateways? You can't, can you? You'd need...
Not for 5. 4, yes, but I think he's just going to make whatever units he can in this scenario. Zealot goon, try to get on the tanks. I just don't know if those gateways are in time, man. I think he's going to have a little bit of a hard time here, especially if siege mode is done.
No, he's just going to range it down from outside. Oh, that's going to hurt losing that tank, though. Not careful. Mines, interesting. Okay. Oh, that was such a clutch cannon, that one at the back there.
That cannon is a hero, man. It might hold on to the game here, that cannon. Oh no, we're getting ranged by the cannon and the goons and the zealot. Can we get it? Repair? Nope. The other tank does go down. I think Chow GG has done it here, Fonger. He's held this push.
What a beauty, and the cannon could see the mines as well, is another thing it's quite handy for.
Yeah,
but
I'm
no
surprised
beach
that
boat.
Ultra didn't get siege there. I'm really surprised that we went with mines instead of that. The one thing he does have is also map control, right? Because Chow GG doesn't have a robo, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to help pull him back into this game, because we still don't have a command center. We've really committed to this.
Yeah, we're busting that natural, or we're going out fighting, I think, here for Ultra.
Yeah. He said, you know what, this is it. When I go all in, I really go all in. I'm not messing around here.
Yeah. It's just similar to the way that that Terra does 2 factories. I think when he does 2 factories, it's not there's not really a transition. All of the focus is on finishing the game with 2 factories. I say all of the focus, but
he
it's not.
sees the vultures hiding behind over here.
Ooh. Oh no.
Wow. Okay.
Like he
really needs
so
to get
many
in
things.
here, but he really needed to get in there. But that was a good block and good hold there from Chow GG. And oh no, taking fire. Needs to be careful here. Cannot waste any units. Right? He has to know this is all in. There's siege mode. There's speed. He needs to hold. If he can just back up, get more units, collect and go. Looks like Chow GG is getting that probe out there to take another base, but.
Chow GG doesn't have any info on whether or not Ultra has a second CC or an actual CC, does he, either? So he may think that this is just a prod as opposed to a full-on push.
He may think that, but there's just so much invested here after going 2-fac, speed, siege. I just don't know if you have enough to be able to have all those things at once.
So we're going to get observers out. Will he go? Oh, speed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think speed, even if Ultra holds on against this massive goon army, I think speed is going to just seal the deal against a push, unless he can really seal Chow GG in on the natural.
Yeah, we see up to 6 gateways. I would love to see Chow GG make sure he has a shuttle for some zealot bombs so he can kind of fight out. I like that Ultra's taking a stance here. Maybe Ultra will try to double expand behind this. I know it's kind of crazy, but he needs a way to get back in this game, because if you're looking at that worker count, it's definitely a struggle right now.
Oh yeah. How much pressure are you feeling as Protoss at the moment to find out what the Terran's doing, and to sort of, do you feel like the Terran might be expanding all over the place like you just said, or are you fairly confident that you're ahead enough that you can just play safe?
I think you want to get some more map presence, because you don't want to be allowing Terran, even if he took just his natural and it gets like a 3rd factory up, to take this and solidify this position. You want to get your unit count as high as it can be, and you want to be able to push and try to bust out here. Right? I think that's number 1, because look, we have bunkers going down, we have mines. You know, even with the super superior army, you start to have problems because you just can't fight into the terrain. So I think you want to be able to get out there. Getting the observer across the map is also key to see what exactly is going on. How many factories? Is it a command center? Is it 2? But look at this. He's probably going to land that eBay. Now look at this block all of a sudden.
That's nice. Yeah. We'll have to see if the speed zealots can actually take those mines down to let the goons up the high ground the other way, because that's going to be a key angle, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and here we go. We have zealot bombs going in the back here. Busting out into that bunker, doing a good job, getting those zealots on the tank to get some damage, pulling away the tank fire from the dragoons here. But fighting up this ramp, going to be difficult. Chow GG needs to get more units reinforced, some speed zealot. And here they come. We got some zealots coming through. Oh, Ultra holding on really strong, but I think it's going to be just too many units. Wow, good mind drag, and GG from Ultra is called.
Yeah,
wow.
Tied up. That was a really nice trade as well, I thought, from Ultra. Trading really well, but just not enough units.
I mean, to have like 4 tanks and 5 to 10 vultures versus like 2 groups of goons, zealots, dropped. It's a very good trade. Just, I'm surprised that he went mines and not siege mode to try to bust down the tanks. Like, that to me was